The story begins with a group of boys throwing verbal shots at our ugly, disgusting, dirty main character, called Kabane Kasaka. In a rural Japanese village, excitement stirs among the children as they learn about the arrival of a visitor from Tokyo. The visitor, a detective specializing in the occult, is coming to investigate mysterious incidents involving rotting livestock. The detective from Tokyo, upon arrival, encounters the hostess of Kanako Villa, who discreetly informs him about the bizarre deaths of livestock. She emphasizes the need for secrecy to avoid alarming the villagers, especially the children. The detective meets the children at the inn, including Yataru, the hostess's son, and Doradabu, a boy shunned due to his foul odor and nicknamed after a yokai. Doradabu is hard-working but isolated, often tasked with disposing of the dead animals. While dining with Doradabu, the detective learns that the livestock deaths occur after the new moon, with the animals' organs being completely devoured. Intrigued, he decides to assist Doradabu in the fields as part of his investigation. The detective notices a life stone around Doradabu's neck, a rare artifact indicating that Doradabu was not abandoned but left with a purpose. He offers to help Doradabu find his parents, revealing his expertise in tracking people. On the night of the new moon, tensions rise. Yataru confronts Doradabu, revealing that Doradabu was adopted after being found abandoned. A transformation occurs, and Doradabu reveals his true nature as a Kimona, a supernatural being. The detective reveals himself as a baked tanuki, a supernatural creature, and explains that Doradabu is a Hanayo, a half-human, half-demon. He reassures Doradabu that he is not responsible for the livestock deaths. The detective, hired by the hostess to kill Doradabu, stages his death to protect him. He offers Doradabu a new life in Tokyo, away from the village where he's misunderstood and feared. Doradabu, now known as Kabane, starts a new life in Tokyo at the Inugami Strangeness Counseling Office. He is introduced to a new world, leaving behind his past and embracing his true identity. Kabane introducing himself and meeting his new colleagues, Shiki and Akira, at the Inugami Strangeness Counseling Office. Kabane tries to fit in with his new environment. There's a sense of tension and curiosity about the new member, especially from Shiki, who is somewhat hostile towards Kabane. Shiki is seen wearing Kabane's clothes without permission, leading to a minor conflict. Akira, on the other hand, seems more welcoming and tries to make Kabane feel comfortable. Kabane's identity as a killer in human Hanayo is discussed, drawing parallels with Shiki. There's a sense of alienation as Kabane tries to understand his place among them. Shiki expresses his dislike for Kabane, stating he has no interest in befriending him. This creates a tense atmosphere in the office, with Kabane caught in the middle of the complex relationship. The team receives a new mission, which involves a mysterious case. The group dynamics are tested as they navigate the challenges of the mission, highlighting their individual abilities and teamwork. Kabane shows signs of growth, adapting to his new environment and learning the importance of teamwork. Kabane tells Shiki to back his ass up as a real G is about to walk in. Kabane then proceeds to use his ability of being a half-dead ghoul to pick up the clusters of monsters and burn them using the light. After saving the prospects, Kabane makes his first mission a success, wasting Shiki in the process. After communicating with the surviving victim's family, and the thanks being given to the Giga Chad himself, they head back to the office to finish their day off. The boys talk out their situation. This leads to the facts being laid out, ass naked. Both boys' families decided to grab some milk and never came back. Shiki says that it's best to just leave them as they are probably dead and not to bother thinking. But, after a quick display of vulnerability, Shiki backpedals better than a white knight trying to get some puss.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Heading to bed shortly after. The next day begins with Inugami instructing Kabane to meet Superintendent Inari, a kitsune kimono with a powerful position in the police force. Shiki and Akira accompany Kabane to the police station. Upon arrival, they face skepticism from the police but are eventually led to Inari by a girl named Code. Inari expresses interest in Kabane's lifestone, which is said to prevent kimono thirst. Inari reveals her desire to mass-produce life stones to eliminate the need for kimono to feed on humans. She orders Code to collect Kabane's head and dispose of his body. Unaware of Inari's intentions, Kabane is beheaded, and his head is taken to Inari's room. Code, under Inari's orders, goes to deal with Shiki and Akira. Shiki and Akira wait for Kabane and are confronted by Code. A fight ensues, with Code revealing her kitsune abilities. Kabane's head, still conscious, plays a crucial role in the battle. Despite being just a head, Kabane assists in the fight against Code. Shiki and Akira manage to retrieve Kabane's head and escape the illusion created by Code. Inugami arrives and reveals that he had anticipated Inari's betrayal. He had given Kabane a fake life stone as a test of Inari's intentions. After, Inugami explains that their sign attracts kimonos and creatures alike, and if it was fate, the bitch from earlier shows up, then faints. They decide to take her in and feed her some pizza to help her out. I don't know why, probably want some punarni if you know what I mean. Just when things kick off, a new customer comes in. The client, Yorono, seeks help with his romantic troubles. Inugami assigns Kabane, Shiki, and Akira to assist him, with Kan, a kitsune girl who wants Kabane's head, also joining in. Yorono is in love with a woman named Mal, but he knows little about her. The team decides to help him learn more about her and express his feelings. The team discovers that Mal works at a mature audience establishment. They wait outside for her, suspecting she might be an Ikomata, a kimono that seduces humans, Mal, who turns out to be an Ikomata. Yorono confesses his love and asks her to turn him into a cat so he can be with her. Mal is touched by his gesture and accepts his love. Inugami promises Kan Kabane's head as a reward for helping with the case. He tricks her by giving her a fake head, believing she's not a bad kid. Kabane reflects on the concept of love and decides to express his gratitude to Inugami and his friends by giving them gifts. Inugami receives a new case involving unnatural deaths at the Shibuya River. Akira, wanting to prove his strength, volunteers to take the case with Kabane. At the river, they encounter Frog Kimono responsible for the deaths. Akira, overcoming his fears, uses his ice powers to freeze the kimono, resolving the case. Akira grows stronger and more confident, expressing his desire to continue working in Tokyo and searching for his brother. Akira and Kabane taking a selfie to commemorate their success. A frog kimono thanking them for bringing peace to its kin, and the team prepares for future challenges. Kan Abe receives a reminder to never open the door at the end of the hallway. Kabane now found missing, and his colleagues discover him in a room with Mihai, a vampire who has been living in the office. Mihai appoints Kabane as his assistant to open and close his water bottles. Mihai is revealed to be an old acquaintance of Inugami, possessing vast knowledge and strength. Mihai, a vampire, is bored with life and has mastered many skills. He is now obsessed with online games and can be volatile when disturbed. Kabane is tasked with assisting Mihai, much to the concern of his friends. They attempt to free Kabane through an arm wrestling challenge with Mihai but fail. Kan, the kitsune girl, no longer needs Kabane's head as Lady Inari has replaced her. Feeling rejected and lost, Kan challenges Kabane to a fight. Mihai reveals that Kabane broke his wrist during arm wrestling, which will take a week to heal. Mihai decides to assist in the office during his recovery. The team receives a new mission involving a company with a mysterious drop in Una living rates. They investigate and discover that mosquito kimono, known as Kananba, are sucking out employees' brains, leaving them alive but unable to contemplate Una living. The team strategizes to take down the Kananba. Shiki, the rational leader, plans a cautious approach, but Mihai criticizes their lack of boldness. The mission is on, but we see Shiki, who freezes in fear during the mission, revealing a traumatic past. The Kananba leader finds this intriguing and plans to exploit his fear. The team split up to investigate different areas of the factory, unaware of the imminent danger posed by the Kananba. One of the members stays behind and spots Shiki hiding, but Mihai sends his remote car to electric shock the woman. Kabane and Akira quickly dispatch one of the other ugly bitches. Whilst walking to Shiki, who is still frozen, Kabane says that he is strong so he isn't too worried about him. This gives Shiki enough confidence to shut Mihai's shit talk up and get out of there. Shiki then uses his webs to capture and knock the other ugly mosquito out. The others rush over and all reconcile with his newfound attitude. The last woman comes over and tries to negotiate. This doesn't sit well and she gets mad and sucks on her two sisters.
Stop acting like you know me, nigga. I don't know you, nigga. I don't know you, nigga.
She transforms into the full mosquito and IIS about to win the fight. Mihai gives some words of encouragement and advice. He now uses his kimono power and flatlines the bug. Inugami stops him from ending her as a new character called Nobi Maru, who works for Lady Inari comes into sight. He introduces himself and dispatches the bugs through lighting them up. After, he whispers to Kabane that she is still trying to take his life stone, but not by force this time. Also, he asks Kabane to keep it a secret that he actually despises his boss. Back at the office, once all has recovered, Mihai gets the blame for sending them on a very dangerous mission. He says it's Inugami's fault for not leveling them up with harsher missions and the kids agree. The next day Shiki finally wakes up from his injuries but gets mad at Kabane for following him around making sure he is alright. Kabane suddenly remembers that he forgot Kan at the park. After explaining that he had a mission to go to, Nobi Maru mutters that he warned Kabane that Lady Inari was trying other means to Kabane. Back at the office Shiki finally lets Inugami know that he wants to learn more about his parents. Because of this, the team take on a trip to Shiki's hometown. They discuss the possibility of finding Shiki's parents, and Shiki reveals his readiness to face his past. The team meets Shiki's uncle, Tadamaro Akio, a folklorist who knows about kimono. He shares stories about Shiki's childhood and his research into local folklore. Akio tells the team about the legend of Nishiki Guma, a story about a spider that weaves golden silk. This leads to a discussion about the origins of such legends. Shiki recalls following his mother into the woods as a child and witnessing something horrifying. Akio reveals that Shiki's parents are deceased and that Shiki likely witnessed his mother's dead body. Despite the sad news, Shiki feels relieved to know the truth. He expresses gratitude for the support of his friends. Melbimaru, a low-ranking kitsune, joins the group and suggests a trip to see fireflies. The outing lifts everyone's spirits, especially Shiki's. Shiki remembers a tree from his childhood and follows a path he once took, leading him to a shocking discovery about his mother and a laboratory. Tadamaro confesses to using Shiki's mother, Kumiai, and Arachne Kimono to create artificial golden spider silk. He reveals his ambition to become famous and wealthy through this discovery. Shiki, feeling betrayed, decides to take revenge on Tadamaro for exploiting his mother. Nobimaru offers to help Shiki with his plan. Shiki confronting his uncle, Tadamaro Akio, about his horrific experiments. Akira arrives at the scene, upset about being left behind. He is startled by the tense situation and the presence of native kimono. Tadamaro reveals that the native kimono are Shiki's siblings, born from his experiments. Shiki is devastated by this revelation. Overwhelmed by the situation, Shiki breaks down emotionally. Kabane and Nobimaru step in to support him. Kabane and Nobimaru engage in a fight with the kimono, while Shiki is incapacitated by his emotions. A mysterious girl named Aya intervenes, asking Kabane not to kill Tadamaro. She reveals her connection to the experiments and pleads for Tadamaro's life. Shiki decides not to kill his uncle, choosing instead to destroy his research and legacy. He moves his mother to a safe location with Inugami's help. Aya asks the team to help her find a cocoon related to the experiments. She reveals her true identity as the source of the golden webbing in Shiki's mother. The team, now at a clinic run by Hana, a human who treats both humans and kimono. Shiki's mother, Aya, is being treated there, and the team decides to stay the night. Aya wakes up and reunites with Shiki and Aya, her daughter. The emotional reunion is a touching moment for everyone. Inugami assigns Kabane and the team a new job while he attends to other matters. The team heads to Harajuku to investigate a series of attacks where women's facial features are being torn off. They suspect a kimono is behind these incidents. The team encounters the kimono responsible for the attacks, a Katanashiya kimono who has been altering her appearance to attract a boy she likes. The situation escalates as the kimono becomes aggressive. Aya manages to resolve the situation by transforming the kimono's appearance, and the team returns to the office. Aya expresses her interest in Kabane, leading to a humorous misunderstanding about relationships and love. Kabane naively declares Inugami as his lover, misunderstanding the concept, leading to a comical situation where Kabane is caught between Aya and another girl, both vying for his attention. Just showing the Giga-Chad prowess that Kabane has. A flash backstory of the Yukianoko, a snowy village where a male is born every 100 years is shown. However, this time, twin Yukianoko are born. We are led into a bar where a group of friends discuss going out to meet women, but one of them declines, leading to an altercation. Cutting to the children asking Mihai, also known as the Transylvanian sewing box, to fix a broken item. Mihai, having time on his hands, agrees and even installs an AI in the item, much to the children's delight. Akira, one of the twins, struggles with feelings of inadequacy and decides to leave the group, believing he is a burden. He sets out to find his brother on his own. Akira, guided by the AI Nissan, heads to the airport and plans to search for his brother in Tokyo. He recalls the promise he made with his brother to live a happy life together in Tokyo. Akira unexpectedly reunites with his brother, Yui, who has been living in Tokyo. They catch up, and Yui gives Akira a crepe, fulfilling a childhood dream they shared. Back at the office, Shiki and Kabane are assigned a new task by Inugami. They discuss Akira's absence and realize his importance in the group. Yui, using his powers, creates an ice castle. Akira is initially excited but soon realizes he is locked inside and unable to use his smartphone. Shiki, Kabane, and the rest of the team search for Akira, following the clues from his social media posts. They arrive at Yui's ice castle, which has attracted public attention. Yui confronts the team, revealing a cold stone embedded in his chest that affects his behavior. He expresses gratitude to Inugami for taking care of Akira. Inside the castle, Akira realizes the importance of his presence in the group and decides to return. Yui reveals that he has frozen Inugami and the others, believing they cannot leave. Akira, in distress, believes his friends are dead. However, Nissan, the AI, assures him they are still alive, preserved in ice. Yui's past, revealing his struggles as the chief of the Yukiinoko village, come to light. He learns about the Null Stone, which causes perpetual snowstorms. Yui faces envy and contempt from the village women, leading to feelings of hatred and animosity. Yui makes a deal with the village women to let Akira leave the village in exchange for satisfying their needs. He instructs Akira to head to Tokyo and find Inugami. Akira leaves the village, and Yui is left to deal with the consequences. The village women send someone after Akira, believing he won't survive outside the village. Nobimaru arrives at Yui's ice castle, seeking the Null Stone. He confronts Yui, revealing his intention to learn more about Kabane's parents. Inugami and Shiki are trapped in ice but have created a thermal insulation layer to survive. Inugami communicates with Kabane through Nissan, instructing him to save Akira. Kabane decides to leave to save Akira, trusting Inugami and Shiki to handle their situation. Nobimaru battles Yui, using his Kitsune illusions and fire powers. Yui, empowered by the Null Stone, fights back fiercely. Akira initiates a plan to resolve the conflict peacefully, but things escalate quickly into a fight, with Yui and Nobimaru at odds. Nobimaru reveals his intention to acquire the Null Stone from Yui, who is too weak against the cold to resist effectively. Kabane and Nobimaru strategize to defeat Yui. They realize they need to break through Yui's ice defense and then knock him out, a challenging task given Yui's powers. Kabane sets himself on fire to counter Yui's ice, using his regenerative abilities as fuel. This bold move gives them an advantage in the fight. Yui's energy depletes rapidly due to the Null Stone's life-draining power. His condition worsens, and he risks dying if left alone. Akira intervenes, refusing to let Yui die. He shares Yui's pain and memories, understanding his brother's struggles and sacrifices. Yui's backstory is revealed, including the Snowy Village's history and the significance of the Null Stone. Yui's actions were driven by a desire to protect Akira and the village. Inari arrives to claim the Null Stone but is thwarted when the Life Stone and Null Stone fuse, creating a new entity. Nobimaru decides to leave with his injury as a reminder of his gullibility, declining Aya's offer to heal him. Kabane, inspired by the fused stones, plans to learn more about his parents. Yui offers to help, providing insights into the Kimono stones and their history. Akira expresses his love and forgiveness to Yui, insisting they stay together and make new memories in Tokyo. Inari, undeterred, plans to acquire the stones through manipulation, tasking Khan with winning over Kabane. Kabane, Akira, and others prepare for a journey to Shikoku to investigate the Kimono stones and Kabane's heritage. Shiki decides to stay behind to deal with personal matters. The group setting off on their journey, each one facing their own challenges and uncertainties, but united in their quest to uncover the truth about Kabane's parents and the Kimono stones. Their lives are uncertain, but what shouldn't be is the fact that you have to like the video now because you are being told to. Like and leave a message for me in the comments. But in all, thanks for watching. Later bitches.